Hey everyone,
大家好.
Getting cheated on is one of the worst experiences ever.
That's right. Whether you're single or in a committed relationship, you should always be prepared so that situations like that don't happen to you.
And as your favorite internet couple, we feel that we want to give you a definitive guide on how to not get cucked. Please help me, God. How to not get cucked. There we go. Got it.
Before we get started, if you find this guide useful, be sure to share this video with a friend who might be at risk of some cuckery.
Uh-oh. They need help. If you hate cucking as much as we do, hit that like button. Just pound it.
There you go.
To avoid being cheated on, one must find the right partner.
That's right. So here are some red flags to look out for in a partner.
And if your partner has one or more of these characteristics, you've already lost half the battle.
Doomed from the start.
Red flag number 1, your partner only has friends of the opposite sex.
That's right. I actually don't even believe that you can have true platonic friendship between, you know,
members of the opposite sex, because there's always going to be more feelings on one side than the other.
Right.
Always.
Unless the only exception is when both of them are like just has zero attraction towards each other.
Right. And if it's like somebody, it's just like they are not each other's type, and then it's like they're more of like a brother and sister at that point. So it's normal. That's okay. But it's only when they have friends who are just, they surround themselves with friends of just men or women.
People get really upset when I bring up, oh, hey, you shouldn't date somebody who exclusively befriends members of the opposite sex. They come up with arguments like, oh, I've only had guy friends my whole life, but I'm very loyal to my boyfriend and he doesn't have a problem with it. Why do you? Yeah, that's the same kind of arguments that smokers make about smoking cigarettes. Oh, my grandpa and grandma smoked cigarettes a pack a day their whole life, but they never got cancer. They lived to be 90. Yeah, they might be the exception to the rule, but that doesn't mean that you're putting yourself exponentially at risk.
For example, if say a girl can only form these friendships with men and she has no female friends whatsoever, no girls to be found on her side, there's something very telling about that.
Yeah, it's worth investigating.
It is. Maybe just talk to her and be like, hey, so why do you have only guy friends? And if she says,
I just feel like guys get me.
I feel like guys get me. Girls are so dramatic. And it's like,
Women.
Number 2, this might be a little controversial, but a big red flag to avoid if you don't want to get cheated on is finding a partner that has a huge body count.
Yes, and we've covered this in a previous video. You guys can go watch that now.
Right. Look, we're all adults here.
We're all adults.
You're allowed to have relationships,
of course,
right? And
you can do with whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. But over 10 is a little excessive, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
It's a bit much. And
over 10 is kind of like, okay, you know.
Does this person really form lasting relationships? Or are they here for the casualness of it?
Right.
And is this going to be something you want in a partner?
Right.
And red flag number 3 is if this person has cheated before.
History tends to repeat itself.
It sure does. We want to ask you guys a quick question. There's a phrase, once a cheater, always a cheater. What do you think of this phrase?
Now that you've carefully avoided all these landmines, okay, let's say hypothetically you found a partner with none of the red flags, it doesn't mean that you're safe.
Okay, there's always something that can come up. Anyone is capable of cheating, given the right horrible circumstance. Everyone can be pushed to the edge of a relationship and then they feel they need to find someone else.
Right. Whether they break it off and then immediately go into a new relationship with someone. Now, here's the question.
Is a little better.
Yeah, it's a little better, but does that count as cheating? I guess it doesn't count as cheating.
It doesn't count as cheating, but it's like you had this person on the side and you knew you were gonna get with them. It's kind of like,
you never cheat,
you
but
never
you
like
know
physically
who your
cheated.
next partner is going to be.
It's like emotional, like psychological cheating. I don't know.
And a healthy, non-cucking huggy relationship requires a lot of work as well.
It really does.
Yeah, so how long have we been together?
I mean, we've been together for about 6 years now.
Yeah, and we have not cheated on each other
Look
yet.
at that. Oh.
Can't speak for the future, but let the past speak for itself.
Okay, all right. So now that you know our credentials, here are some things that we do that help prevent us committing adultery.
Sounds horrible.
It does, right?
It's like we're actively trying to stop ourselves from doing it, which is not the case.
It's not the case. It's not like we go outside and it's like, oh, I gotta hold it. I can't look. I gotta hold myself back.
No,
hold it in.
No, it's
not
like
that.
But temptations are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
I mean, we're living in a very sexualized world.
Oh, yeah.
So, number one, and this is the most important, honesty and open communication is a must.
It's an absolute must. Communicating is like, I think that's just number one to have a good, clean relationship. You have to talk to each other.
And you have to tell the truth.
You have to tell the truth.
You know?
Be
So
honest.
We have faced numerous instances of temptations before. Last time we made a video like this, we talked about how a ghost from your past slid into your DM.
Slid into my DMs.
Right?
Yep.
And she told me immediately.
Oh, like
you know?
the minute I saw the message, I screenshotted it and I texted it to him. I was like, hey, look at this.
Yeah, and even if she didn't respond, if she didn't tell me and I found out somehow, not that it would go through your phone.
No,
but you know, it would lead to a bigger fight than what it actually is.
It would have just been a problem because it's like, who is this guy?
That's
it's
right.
For the best that you tell your partner about anything that seems fishy, even if it might be a little uncomfortable at first, it'll honestly be for the best.
Absolutely, yeah. And for me, there are two other instances. I won't get into too much details, but essentially, both of those girls smiled into Gwen's face and was like, all like huggy, buddy with her. And the minute that Gwen turned around and left the scene, both of them, not like in separate instances, tried to make a move on me, and I had to turn them down, and then later immediately reported it to the boss.
This is why I don't trust women. Some women.
Oh, you're telling me.
Some women. I mean, they literally would look me in the eyes and just.
It was like, oh,
like,
you're so pretty.
gosh.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
let's
and then
take shots.
the frickin' minute I leave, they're like, oh my god, like what is happening to us? And it's, women. And the second thing we do is to be attentive to each other's needs.
Absolutely. Not trying to justify cheating in any way, but most of the times people cheat because their needs are not really met by their partners, whether that's emotional needs or physical needs for that matter, right? So if they cannot meet those needs with their current partner, they might try to seek someone else who can.
So that's where the communication comes in, and you have to talk about your needs and to make sure that they're being met, and if not, maybe there's something that you can do to change.
Sure, you
And
gotta
for
be
the
okay
best.
to grow for each other as well,
Exactly,
right?
yes.
Because let's say if
Super
your partner constantly comes to you about this frustration that they have with their behavior, right? Let's just say bad morning breath or just bad breath in general.
Yeah.
Right? And you refuse to improve your dental hygiene, now that might lead to problems. One common issue that girls have with guys is that they're too unkempt, right?
Yeah.
Like not clipping their toenails, right? Like just
Very hairy, they're not taking care of themselves to a good standard where they look impressive all the time.
I get it. I need to shave and I need a haircut, okay?
So, I mean, while we're talking, apparently a good relationship, all you need is to talk, meet each other's needs.
I mean,
That's
you
it.
just talk and meet needs, you know? Mm-hmm. And then do some talking after you finish meeting each other's needs, you know?
When your needs have been met to completion,
Yeah.
then you can talk again.
We do have one more, okay? Number 3, and this is actually a very important one, is that you both need to do your best to avoid situations where you could possibly get into entanglements.
That's right. Say for example, like girls' night out or guys' night out. It's these situations where it's just a group of friends, which is innocent. But if you go out with, say, a group of friends who are single or not in committed relationships and they're looking to have a really fun night, if I go with these friends to a club, I'm going to be putting myself in a really uncomfortable situation where they're trying to talk to single guys and single guys are going to try to talk to us. And so the way I can prevent this situation from becoming so uncomfortable is just maybe not go there. Right. Maybe I can say, hey, let's go get some dinner and then clock out at 8 o'clock.
When you put yourself in situations like that, even if most of the time things end up okay, but it only takes one slip of judgment for something catastrophic to happen.
Yeah.
So why put yourself in those kind of situations in the first place?
Yep.
You know?
Because you can't control the actions of another person. What if they did something to you and then you have to be like, hey, so sorry.
So some guy tried to kiss me and he landed.
And he landed and that's not gonna help.
I'll be like, great, now I need to go commit a murder.
What is this situation? You could have prevented this. Now a guy has to die. It's just like, what?
Save a life.
Save a life. So we hope everyone who watches this has a long, happy relationship.
Without other people's genitals in it. Unless if you're into that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, all right, then that's something you guys need to talk about. Those are needs that need to be met, that need to be talked about. So as long as everyone's happy, you're good.
Right. So tell us what you think. Have you been cheated on before?
We sure hope not.
Share that whole story down in the comment section below. Just kidding.
Please don't.
All right, we'll see you guys next time, okay?
We love you. We're not gonna get into your relationship, but we love you. Don't tell your partner about this. I mean, you can. Tell them. We love you. We love you.
We'll see you in bed.